Our next and penultimate speaker is Andy Ennamorato. He's going to give us a talk entitled Up Yours Now, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bring your worthless ideas to life.
Thank you. Thanks, Scott. I like that he had to say the title out loud, recorded. That was what I was going for pretty much. I thought it was going to be Travis. He's a friend of mine, so yeah. All right, let's see if this will work. Cool. Up yours now. The two things I'm going to be talking about tonight are called up and now, hence the title. Really, that's probably a better title. Send up your ideas to the cloud. Rodney Dangerfield, there was a good article in like a New York Times publication about how much practice he put into presentations. He would spend 3 months of practice to do 6 minutes of stand-up. I don't think we practice enough as developers. We go to our job, we write code all day, we're doing a performance, but we don't practice, right? If you play piano, you practice a lot. If you play basketball, you practice a lot. If you're a comedian, you practice a lot. How much do you practice? I bet you all have good ideas, hobby projects. That would be great practice for you to then take to your job, to your performance, or even better, turn into your own thing. So what's a good way to do that? One tool is called Up. It's part of a sort of project and company called Apex. That's TJ, an amazing and handsome person, known for starting Express. We heard about Express earlier, a couple other big node projects, got into the Go space. He has sort of his own platform as a service kind of thing. He's also an excellent photographer. So when you see these slides, click that link, go check out his photos. I asked him about this. He's in his Slack for Up, and I asked him about presenting tonight. I said, hey, do you have a coupon code? It's right in there. It's 50% off if you do the paid plan kind of thing. So anyway, for later. So what can you do with Up? Infinitely scalable serverless apps, APIs, and static websites in seconds. How does it work? These things, boring. I don't care. I want not to cite TJ, an awesome person, but I just want my hobby project to work. I want to practice. I don't want to spend 3 hours, as I've been known to do, like fiddling with my terminal console at home before I launch anything. I just want to launch it. So how do you do it with Up? Winter Olympics, you do a little bit of curling, install this binary. You'll literally have a command called Up, 2 letters. We just heard about credentials. In this case, you do have to store some on your file system, unencrypted, but if they're on your box, you're toast anyway. Yeah, don't get hacked. This is it. You create this little file called up.json. You don't need the region part, but I did it here. I did the profile because that relates to your AWS profile, so don't launch your stuff with your work credentials. That would be bad. Then we do Up. We create a little app. In this case, it's a node app. Literally, this is about all it takes. And then money time, your hobby project is live. Maybe you turn it into a thing. So I was looking for a hobby project. What's a good one? URL shortener. But the whole theme of this talk is terrible ideas. Thanks for setting the bar low there earlier, Chad. So I'm going to go even lower, and I'm going to make a URL lengthener, not a shortener. It is live. You can go to worthlessidea.stream. You can post a URL to it. It will expand it. And then, yeah, you'll make a lot of money. I can click on it later, but I wasn't sure how much time I'd have. Yeah, you post the URL, you get back a token, look up that URL, and then there's your result in the corner. So it is run through Up. You can check out the code. It's a super simple, dumb node app. The nice thing about Up is that it abstracts away some of the Lambda stuff. So much like serverless, you can just kind of create your app as if it was just Express, launch it literally seconds. Let's just go do it. You don't believe me? I'm going to tell you. There's my up, and we're going to do, let's see here. Up, it's going to take my files, send them on up to Lambda. And when I did this earlier, sorry, probably can't see it too well because of the brightness, but should only take about 10 seconds. We'll see. We'll let it chug. There we go. 14 seconds, and it's not live. The cool thing too is you can do like a staging version. So there's a staging version, and there it goes. And then I have like a prod version, and I purposely changed the D in Denver so you can see they're actually different. Hey, look at that. All right. Terrible idea. Yes, super dumb, but have fun with that. The other command is called now, and it's 3 letters instead of 2. We're still kicking serverlesses behind, like we're way shorter than them. Now is part of a company project called Zeit. Guillermo there on the left, founder, creator of Socket.io. He's got a whole talented team working at Zeit, including Evil Rabbit, who I don't know if that's a person or not, but that's their profile. And that's kind of where they get their design ethos from, I think. But very similarly, it lets you launch stuff, static websites, node apps. And what's really cool is Docker containers. Just type now and your Docker container is running live. Yeah, I think Up is using Lambda. They're very clear about what they're using. Now is open source, but I'm not exactly sure how they're powering this. So keep that in mind if you do play with it, but you don't care. You just want to do it now. I want my app to be live now. So how do you do that? Install now, do it through NPM, or they actually have a desktop app. They have this cool thing where you do now login. It will ask you to log in. It will send you an email. The terminal command line will stay open. You go click the email, and then the terminal updates live. Like, hey, you're logged in. Pretty slick. They do a good job with UX. And then literally 3 letters. Take that, serverless. And then you have this nice sublime feeling. Your app is live. Hopefully you're not falling down the goose pipe yet. So what's a terrible idea to do with a Docker container? Run COBOL. Yes, that is a live COBOL microservice. I mean, what better hobby project than COBOL? I am not kidding. I found this project that lets you run COBOL. One cool thing with now is you can look at the source of your application. Let me see if I can find this one. In the free plan. In a paid plan, you get to hide it. But literally, if we go in here, there is our COBOL file. I wasn't kidding. It's COBOL inside Docker, and actually PHP fronting it to make the idea even more terrible. Cool. Yeah, it's on GitHub. You guys can play around with it if you so desire. Now is also really good for static sites. I'm pretty sure the free plan still lets you do as many static sites as you want. So I was trying to think of a good static site. How about a startup name generator? Somebody give me 2 terms. We heard crypto, so we'll go with crypto. Any other hot buzzwords? Blockchain, crypto, blockchain, IoT. So startup name generator is not a bad idea. That's probably used, but what if we added villains of from comic books in front of it to make the idea worse? So it's just a little create React app that uses this NPM package to generate names. What's cool with now is that you can host both like the development mode. So you can host a node app, or you can just run, yarn build or NPM build, produce your static site, and then also run that. So I have both of those running if you want to follow these links later. That is it for me. I hope you all go home, type 2 letters, run your hobby project tonight. Super easy. Please pick something better than what I did. You can find my stuff on GitHub. I'll post the slides on the meetup page. I do work at Cloudability. We are hiring. There's a hoodie in the audience tonight. We have soft hoodies. Let me know if you want one of those. Thank you all for having me. I won't take questions, but I'll talk to you after. So anybody wants to talk after.
It was actually a statement. I think, or a question actually. so you get a different URL each time you deploy too, right? Which I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. So the question was, you get a different URL, immutable deployments, and then you can do custom URLs and all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's talk about it after.